This is 9.4 in prealgebra, the last section of Chapter 9, more on graphing, dealing with intercepts. Alright, so an intercept is a point that crosses either the x-axis or the y-axis. So that's what we're going to be looking in this. Now, if you've ever done math before where a teacher teaches you one method and then says after you've fought through it and been very complicated, oh, there's an easier way to do this, and I'll show you that now. It's kind of along the line with intercepts, but anyway, you don't appreciate how nice they are unless you've done the hard part like we've done in lessons 9.1 through 3. So, we have what is called an x-intercept, and like I say, it's where the line crosses the x-axis, and then we have a y-intercept. So we have an x-intercept, and we have a y-intercept. And so it's just a point that lies on one of those two lines. That's all it is. So when you find your coordinates, like you've done in the past, using your handy-dandy x, y table, you're going to end up with intercepts if you work it out correctly. So let's go ahead and do a couple of these. So if I have 3x minus 2y equals 6, first thing I'm going to do is plug 0 in for y. So if I am looking for my x-intercept, I plug 0 in for y. Always, always, always. So let's see what we get here. 3x minus 2 times 0 equals 6. 3x, 2 times 0 is 0, so that goes away, equals 6. Divide by 3, divide by 3, x equals 2. So when y is 0, x is 2. So that is my intercept. That point there is where the line of this equation here crosses the x-axis. So if I graph 2, 0, it gives me a point right there. That's my x-intercept. It's where it crosses the y-axis. So in order to find the x-intercept, you plug in 0 for y and solve for x. Now if I wanted to find the y-intercept, I would take and put 0 in for x and solve for y. So 3 times 0 is 0. See how easy that is? Negative 2y equals 6. I divide by negative 2. Divide by negative 2. That goes away. Y equals 6 over 2, which is 3. Put the negative on there. So my y-intercept is negative 3, and my coordinates are 0, negative 3. So when I graph that, I go up left to right 0 and down 3, negative 3, and I have that point there. And then it's real easy to draw my straight line there, and once I find a third point, then I can check to make sure I did everything correctly. But when you put 0 in for x or 0 in for y, it makes it real quick and really easy in order to get your first 2 points there out of the 3 that you're looking for. In those 2 points there, the x-intercept and the y-intercept are very, very important in algebra, and as you continue on, whether you go into intermediate algebra or college algebra or even calculus, knowing that y-intercept and that x-intercept can give you an awful lot of information when it comes to these equations and comes to graphing those. So again, in order to find the x-intercept, you take your equation and you plug 0 in for your y, so it disappears. When you're trying to find the y-intercept where it crosses the y-axis, you plug 0 in for x, so that all you have is a y value that you're looking for. So in just in term-wise or in vocabulary-wise, the x-intercept is going to be x equals 2. Okay, so 2 is the x-intercept. It's not 2, 0. The x-intercept is 2. The y-intercept is negative 3. When we write 2, 0 like that, that is the ordered pair of where it crosses the x-axis, but this is not the x-intercept. The x-intercept is just one point, and it's the 2 because we assume that the y value, the second point, is going to be 0, so we don't even write it. So the intercept is just one number, and the y-intercept is just one number. And that's what your x and y intercepts are.